Solar power is interesting, but it can also feel quite underwhelming since the energy being generated is somewhat limited. But what if we took this process and scaled it up to the size of an entire star? This futuristic concept was hypothesized in the 60s by Freeman Dyson, a theoretical physicist and mathematician. That's where the name Dyson sphere comes from. But what is it exactly? Well, it's an enormous structure that orbits around the star to harvest an unfathomable amount of solar power. Let's put things into perspective. If humanity managed to create a Dyson sphere that can harvest even 1% of the sun's power, we would have 3.8 times 10 to the power of 24 watts of energy at our disposal, which is over 200 billion times more energy than what we used last year. That's enough energy to start expanding human civilization to new galaxies. As you might expect, there is a catch to all of this. The first problem with building a Dyson sphere is its shape. Even if we take the most advanced materials that exist right now, this large structure wouldn't be strong enough to withstand the sun's gravity. One way to circumvent this would be to make the sphere incredibly thin, but then it becomes vulnerable to even the smallest objects floating in space. The only option left is to ditch the sphere concept altogether and turn it into a swarm of smaller objects, all gathering the sun's energy. The second, and arguably more important problem is the cost. Not necessarily the monetary cost, but rather the material cost. To put it simply, there aren't enough resources in our solar system to create a Dyson swarm. We would have to travel outside of our system to transform entire planets into raw minerals, to then transform these minerals into billions of little solar energy craving contraptions. Making and launching billions of swarm modules also requires too much energy. It simply wouldn't be feasible with our current energy production methods. On the bright side, once production is started, it can scale exponentially because the first module can generate the energy needed for the second. Together, they can help create two more, and so on. While the challenges of building a Dyson swarm are astronomical, so is the reward. It represents more than just energy. It's the key to becoming a true interstellar species. The journey to build it might be the very project that unites humanity for thousands of years, pushing our engineering and our cooperation to their absolute limits. Hopefully, we will one day harness the power of a star to reach for the next one.